Welcome back to another episode of Cup of Joe, episode 3. It's currently the holiday season. We're getting ready for Thanksgiving break.
The weirdest Thanksgiving break we will ever have, most likely.
Probably. In case any of your family is coming in town, make sure you're safe about it. Make sure you get tested before your family comes in town or you go there. Make sure, because technically you're not really supposed to be hanging out with family during this time. That's the main way it's spreading, and Dr. Fauci even came out and said, I think it was yesterday, basically discouraging everyone from traveling during the holidays because that's the main way it's spread.
Mm-hmm. And, to take Josh's point a little more, just don't do it. You don't want grandma laying in a casket to end out your 2020 because this year's already been bad enough. So, just stay with your close, immediate family.
Yeah.
Good news coming out of community high school, who we are, of course, affiliated with. Food gatherers raised around $73,000.
Yeah.
Which is record setting.
It was great. My forum did pretty good.
Yeah, same. My forum raised like $2.8K.
I think
it's more than we've ever raised before.
I think the online definitely helped with that.
Yeah,
I think being so digitalized in like a quarantine world and the corona world basically, I think that helped with fundraising.
Yeah.
Especially. I mean, I think it got it out more with emails, social media, family like Facebook.
Yeah.
Everyone's been more involved with social media recently, and it spread a lot.
Just like the fact, it's crazy to me to think about how many meals that's actually providing to the community.
It's a huge impact.
212,000 meals. And community, of course, has a long history of raising a lot of money. I think we've raised almost $500K in total since we started doing this. And it was great, teachers were crying. They had each student representative come in, and there was some awkward parts where they were just frozen. And I was like, oh, I feel so bad, but it was cool. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
So
did any of your teachers do fake pauses or they act like they're glitching?
No, to yours?
Yeah, no, Liz does it sometimes. She's so good at it. She's so good. She'll be like, yeah, sometimes they're just well, act like I'm freezing, and it's the funniest
I've thought
thing,
about
bro.
doing it multiple times, but I'm I don't know if I could. That's just so awkward. What I do something else. Instead of freezing, pretend I'm not there. In physics, whenever we go into breakout rooms, usually I'll go to the bathroom and I'll take my notebook, and since our teacher comes into the room each one individually, so I don't want him to come in and me not be there and him thinking oh, I'm not doing work, so I'll write in the bathroom and put it in front of my screen, and there's been times where I can hear him laughing because my bathroom's right there, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just God damn it, I can't go and talk to you.
We gotta bleep that out. All right.
Why? Is God damn it a swear word?
Yes.
Oh, well, my bad.
All right, now it's another bleep. Bro. I gotta take
Anyway,
time in the editing.
You can just cut that one.
All right. I mean, yeah, I think today we're just gonna be focusing on Thanksgiving. Talking about things we're thankful for. Talking about the season of giving.
The season of giving, which is,
maybe some dark history in the past, some dark roots.
Yeah, the murder holiday. We all love it. Well, not all of us. I actually do not like Thanksgiving at all.
I love the food. I love the food,
I don't
bro.
get excited in the food.
The mashed potatoes.
No, bro, because the only thing...
The gravy.
No, bro. The only thing that's good about Thanksgiving is, this idea of being, thankful. Because then you have an excuse to, tell people, maybe you haven't talked to them in a while, hey, happy Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for you. And it's good to receive that, too, because, I'm guessing, if my boy here is yo, I'm thankful for you, I'm going to be damn.
I am thankful for you.
Thank you, brother. I'm thankful for you, too. But, yeah, we're just going to run down a few things that we're thankful for. Josh, if you'd like to begin.
I mean, I think talking about thankfulness, it's something we don't talk about a lot, what we're thankful for. It's not something I really think about on a daily basis, I would say, which maybe I should.
I've been trying to.
Yeah, so have I. I mean, especially since COVID happened and everything, you really gotta...
Lots of self-isolation.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, I'm very lucky to live in such a great place and have great friends and family around me, and I'm very thankful for that. And I'm also thankful that I have great teachers and a great education system around me.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think we take for granted a lot.
Yeah.
Is we get so like it's so normalized that I've grown up here my whole life, like, but then if you travel, like if you go somewhere, even like I've never really been anywhere for more than like a week or two, but like even then you still get a glimpse of like what things are like in other places. Like you have a reality check, and that's something you really have to like think about to like be thankful about, you know? And that's something that I like about the Thanksgiving season is the discussion of being thankful for things.
And I think there's this sort of responsibility that comes with that when you are like going through what you're thankful for, to understand the privilege you possess, especially if you live here in Ann Arbor. I think for me personally, you know, like this year has sucked for a lot of people. And there's been some tough stuff going on around us, and like it's hard for me, it always has been, to really like delve into like family like relationships, like family like discussion, stuff like that, but I've sort of like made it a point to myself to really take every day with my family before, of course, we leave for college, like start to maybe hang out with them more than I have been. It's just like I'm so thankful that I get to be with the family that like I actually want to see on Thanksgiving this year, and I don't have to like worry about presenting myself differently to a relative I haven't seen in months. So it's like
going back to what you said though about like before we leave for college, like I think this time has like made a lot of people realize how fast time does go by. And at least for me, like I had a Snapchat flashback, and I keep having them like all the time. It's like it literally feels like that was yesterday. That was a couple days ago. Like it just feels like, oh, it was like a month ago.
We've
like
had time like robbed from us.
It's crazy.
Basically.
I mean, like I just feel like it's crazy that in whatever it is, 6 or 8 months, that we'll be leaving for college, and like that just hasn't really like hit me fully yet. But like I know it's like it's gonna come faster than we think it is, and it's crazy and it's scary.
And I think it's weird, like because time is moving so quickly, I feel like I have less time to like reflect on something that I'm like worried about, or those times where like I'm sort of like stress free, not really thinking about like problems or anything. It's weird because they like fluctuate back and forth so quickly, because like each day is the same, but there's just like little things that change, and like it I don't know, it's so weird.
I agree.
Like I don't know. Moving away from that discussion, I think another big thing we were both very thankful for is friendship.
Definitely important, like especially in a COVID time, like I mean, I remember like when it first all started, when quarantine happened, when we had to go into the huge lockdown and stuff, like we would like Zoom each other and play like Xbox and stuff, and honestly I would definitely like that would help my mental health a lot. And it would just like friends are something that are so like I think before quarantine we were all like so used to just hanging out, being able to hang out whenever and stuff, and now we're forced to really value our time with people.
No, like it's so funny. So like I think like our closest friends, it's like we all have such like weird relationships, and I feel like that's the same for any like friend group. Like some people like the way like they show that they like care about each other, or be like making fun of each other. It's like it's so weird, like the dynamic we all have, and like we're so alike but we're so different. I think that's so cool. And like
especially like looking at friend groups, like you can obviously tell like there's a unique dynamic in every friend group, and even if it's not a friend group, it could be like a string of friends or a string of acquaintances even, like, but each person has a relationship that's its single relationship with each person. And like I think that's what's so cool about it, is that like that's how the dynamic of a friend group comes to be is everyone's like relationship, everyone's individual relationship.
Especially like when each person, like, I guess since we're all from community, we've sort of like grown to really value things that we really care about and not just focus on the things that will get us into college, stuff like that. And like we all bring something to the table, like with interests. It's just like trying to like improve each other without even like realizing it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I think it's really cool also that like everyone in our friend group has a different interest. Like everyone is passionate about something different in like a different way. You know what I mean? Like Tommy's stocks. Like Finn hockey. Like there's so many different things. Like Zach plays lacrosse. Like it's just so many like everyone's so different, but yet we're all similar in a way.
And it's like it's not even like the sports thing. It's like
it's just about like
just how they like act. I don't know. It's so interesting. And like coming from community, like we've always been, I think, super open kids, especially when we went into high school. Like, you know, usually like I guess for me, like I was of course like a super short kid, and like I'm coming in, my like best friend's like taller than me, like. That's probably not gonna like I'm not gonna really make it anywhere like friendship wise outside of like my closest friends, but like I just like making friends with like older kids at community, like basically knowing everyone is such a cool thing and such a cool like experience that like I just don't think you could have anywhere else. And it's like that just goes down to like I'm so thankful to be able to go to community, learn from these teachers, and experience
100%.
Experience the community that is.
I mean honestly like when I remember it was like 8th grade, I think I was like with my tutor and my mom, and we were talking about like if I was gonna apply to community or not, and I was like probably not. Like I don't know, I don't think the smaller school is for me, and like obviously I completely proved myself wrong when I got in, and I was like I was very like happy that I got in at that time. Like I came around to the idea of going to community, especially because like a couple of my friends had gotten in. Evan hadn't gotten in yet, but it was definitely like coming to community was 100% a great choice, and I like urge anyone who's looking at applying to just apply, and if you get in, come. Maybe it isn't for you. Maybe it's not. Like I've known people who
my cousin was like 3rd and didn't even go.
Yeah, I mean people who I know have even like transferred from Pioneer to community and then transferred back because it just wasn't the right fit for them, but it was definitely a right choice for me. And it's definitely allowed me to form relationships that I wouldn't have otherwise, like Evan was saying, and the smaller school vibe where you get to see everyone, whether or not you know everyone, you can like you recognize their face because like it's like 3 levels. Like everyone has to go to their own place, you know, and you're always intertwining with different people. Like I remember after like my first hour, like last year, I would be in the hallway and I would see these people. Like I would see certain people that were on the 3rd floor, and then like my next class, I would only see these certain people on my way to my next class. And it was a cool thing. Like every day you'd get to like see different people who you were friends with, and like I think that's just such a great thing because like especially my like friends at Skyline, they'll be like, no, I don't even see like any of my friends throughout the day pretty much, like
because it's so big.
There's so many kids, like you're just in a herd basically.
And I mean I went into community not like I went in, so I got into community a week before school started my freshman year, so I was originally going to be going to Skyline. I'm in the Skyline yearbook.
You still have your ID, don't you?
Yeah, I still have my Skyline ID. But I went into it with this mindset that like I'm not gonna be the kid who like leaves. Like I'm gonna stay here. Like I was that excited. Like I went into it with like the highest expectations, but I wasn't gonna really let it go. Anywhere else, I guess. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of us have changed a lot since freshman year, and like not like I mean I don't think I've changed physically as much as you have per se, but we've like personality wise, like I would say freshman year I was probably like I don't know, I was like I guess I was like the person who would go out of my way to make people laugh type of person. I think we both were. We were both just like really outgoing, but also
yeah, like so bad.
Yeah,
so
we
bad.
didn't focus at all. We'd be disruptive. Like it was so like it was honestly like it was childish, but it was like it was fun. Like it was our personality, and like people liked it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think I've definitely changed. Some people didn't like it, but
I'm guessing some people hated it.
yeah, but I mean. It was fun.
It was just who we were.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we've just grown into. I mean, we've matured, but also like at the same time, we became like our own people now.
And I think I gotta owe a little bit of that to you because, I wrote my like big college essay about this, just like about like my height and how I sort of made up for being behind other kids physically. But like, I'm around this kid who's like funny and like actually insane, and so here I am, some little rambunctious kid just trying to like match his energy, and it's just like I don't know. And I think community allowed us to do that without really having any sort of bad feedback or like I guess like attempts to not let us do that or like be who we were.
Yeah. And I think that definitely like I mean. Also, going back to the whole height thing, like you definitely did make up for your height difference at the time with your personality. Like you 100% filled the gap, and everyone knows it. Especially with the what was it? You were singing Santeria.
Oh.
In the hallway. It's up on this YouTube channel. Yeah. Everyone, go take a look. He's a freshman, and he started singing for like me and like a couple other people, and then all of a sudden everyone's just gathering around. He just like starts singing for everyone. I mean, he definitely got embarrassed when everyone started recording him and stuff. But it was great. Have a COVID safe Thanksgiving.
COVID safe.
And we'll see you in the next episode
of Cup of Joe.
Peace
Peace out, guys.